Hi, and welcome to my weekly update on the forex markets, where I forecast the coming week concerning the possible moves in the FX market. Um, this is a video that will be published on TradingView and then also be republished on YouTube. So you can follow me on YouTube and on TradingView both ways and catch these videos. So please go to tradingview.davetromp.com if you want to follow me on TradingView, and else go to YouTube and look me up. My username is Dave Tromp. Okay, let's have a look. Every weekend I make these forecasts for myself, and I record these and share them with you, looking at the major currency pairs and the dollar index. And sometimes also I look at gold and silver. So let's start with the dollar index and switch to the weekly chart and have a look what we see. So zooming out, we can see that there has been this very strong uptrend in the dollar, and now we have broken this trend line and we are consolidating below the trend line. And we had a very tight consolidation here, and we broke out, and that formed a little bit of a wider consolidation. And if we zoom into the daily, then this is the scenarios that I'm looking at. If we break higher, then we might go back to the trend line. And if we break lower, as I indicated here, then we may go to this support zone. Let me zoom out again to the weekly, show you where this is coming from. So it comes from this strong bounce here that was on the trend line, and that also formed a base with a strong support. So that's basically what I'm looking at with the dollar. So we could go either way coming week. So we are still in this kind of consolidation, but if we see a break lower, then the chances are bigger that we will go lower. At least we will maybe complete this channel here. So we might go to at least to this level here, and if it breaks even lower, then we can go to this support zone. The other way around, if we break this previous swing high here, then we could go back to the trend line and this horizontal line that comes from this bounce here and then the break. So that's basically what I'm looking for at the dollar index. Switching to the Euro USD and zooming out. So we had this very strong downtrend, and we still did not touch this downward sloping trend line. So we could still go there, but I think we have had this very strong up move, and now we have a consolidation. So it seems to me that the euro against the USD is overdue for a correction, and I'm currently short as we have broken this trend line here, and now I'm in a small loss of a position, but still not out of the trade. So let's zoom in a little bit. So we have this consolidation, and then we had this break lower, and it triggered me in here. And I'm still confident that that there's a high chance that this will go down, because we had this intermediate trend line that has not been broken. If this is broken, then I might get out a little bit earlier before my stop is hit. So I might be getting out a little bit earlier then. But for now, it could still very well go down back to this downward sloping trend line in these horizontal support areas. Looking at the British pound, so same here, we had this upward trend, and we broke through and retested and bounced off this trend very strongly. That's on the daily. Let's zoom out a little bit. But on the longer term, we do have this very strong downtrend, meaning the dollar is very strong um, against the pound. And we've broken this trend line, and now we've retested it. And it looks as if we are still bouncing off this trend line. So there's a high probability that we could go higher. So zooming back to the daily, so this is this move that we saw higher, and now we've rebounded a little bit. So here it's actually not too clear on the on the weekly. I would say we would go higher, but on the daily, I can still see that we would maybe retest this level again here of this trend line. And if that happens, if price starts to move to this red trend line, then I would go long from here. And if we would break higher again here above this trend line, then I would also go long. I would only go short once we have broken back into this below this red trend line, so the longer term downward sloping trend line. If that happens, then I would be looking for maybe when it breaks lower to for a retest to this trend line. So let me draw that in. So if we break below here, then I would wait for a retest and then see if I could catch a downward move. So I would be trying to get in somewhere around here. But we're not there yet. So for now, I think I'm not going to do any trades on this pair unless we trade back higher. Then I would trade something like this. If we break higher again, I would wait for a retest and then to go to this swing high. So the USD against the Japanese yen is consolidating, and it's getting tighter and tighter. So we've been moving down, and last week we had a big move to the downside on the USD against the Japanese yen. So the dollar was losing ground against the Japanese yen. So now I would be looking for a bounce of this level here at the bottom. So if you go to the daily, let's see what we have here. So we actually do have a very nice rejection here. So here we could actually place a trade, where I would do that. If you want to do that, it's up to you. Maybe with tight stop, something like this, and we could have a first target maybe around here, and maybe trade it all the way back to the top of this pattern. So of this triangle kind of pattern. So that would be a very nice trade if that plays out, and let's see what the market does next week. Going to the USD Swiss franc. There we go. Still waiting for a break lower. If there's a break lower here, then I will trade it all the way down to this spike low. And I'm still patiently waiting for that. We might also see from here maybe that price will be returning higher. So if that happens, if price moves higher again, so if it breaks this level here, then I will be waiting for a retest and then for a move higher. But for now, I have an order placed below this low here to trade it to the downside if price ever gets there. The Aussie dollar against the US dollar. Same kind of story here. We have this strong downtrend, so a very strong dollar, that is US dollar. And then we have this break. We did not really retest this trend line, but we are in this kind of channel formation pattern going to the upside. So let's zoom in a bit. So we had this pattern going on where we have this bounce here and a bounce here, and we have this so it forms kind of a wide channel, and in this channel we could also see that there's a tightening channel forming, and then even a tighter channel if we zoom into the last few days. So if we break out of this very tight channel, so we break this high here, then I think we could see a move to the upside all the way to the top of the channel. So I have an order placed at this level, or now I don't have the order in yet. I will be placing it, and then I will see if I can get out here at the top of the channel. The other way around, I'm not too convinced because it's a very strong trend, so I don't think I want to trade against. But if you want to trade against the trend, you could wait for a break maybe at this swing low. If it breaks lower, you could see if you can trade it to the downside. But the highest probability is probably trading it long. The New Zealand dollar, US dollar, I'm in this trade. So we had this channel forming, and then we broke out of this longer term downtrend, and then we retested this downtrend, and I got in exactly at the retest. And now I'm waiting for it to hit the top of the channel. Once that happens, I will move my stop to break even, and then see if I can stay in the trade and see if I can trade it all the way to this level right here. Let's zoom out a bit. So yes, here we have some consolidation, and the tops of this consolidation is around here. So I want to be out a little bit before that. So that's why I have my take profit at that level. Looking at the Aussie dollar, no, the US dollar against the Canadian dollar. So we have this very strong uptrend going on here, and now we're kind of consolidating here, if you could call it like that. We had this huge move up and then down, and now I believe we have just broken out of this recent downtrend. So I want to trade long. So let's zoom into the daily. So here's this very strong downtrend, and here we have this very strong support and resistance area formed by this this area right here, where price moved into and then moved out of it very quickly, and then rose all the way to this level of 1.46. So based on that, I want to be long, and I entered half of my trade already when we broke above this pin bar right here, and I got in, almost got my stop triggered, but not quite. And then I'm now almost at break even, and also we have this uptrend line forming, and I have a second trade that will be entered into when we break above this high right here. So maybe on the 4-hour you can see a little bit more clear. Yes, so here we have the new formed trend line. So clearly we're going higher. We're making, here's a low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So it's forming an uptrend. Although we do have here a lower high that may tell us that we are consolidating. I'm hoping that price will move up, and if it breaks to make new highs, then I will be adding to my position. And else I will be out. If the price moves the other way around, I will be out for a small loss. Quickly going to the chart of gold. Let's move to the weekly. So we had this very strong run, and now we are consolidating on the daily. Let's see. So we formed this triangle pattern. We broke out, and last week I said we could see a breakout and a retest. Well, we kind of did this, only the breakout was a little bit more modest, and then we had already a retest right here. So maybe from this point on we can already see prices move higher. That's my most likely scenario. I'm very bullish on gold, basically because of the fundamentals, all the money printing that's going on. So I don't want to be trading this short, only long. Yeah, silver, same kind of story, although silver is a little bit more volatile. If we look at the weekly, we had this base forming here. If we zoom out a bit, so here we have this long period of consolidation and accumulation, and we've broken out of this, and now we are in a smaller consolidation again, and once we've broken out here to the upside, I can see the price of silver explode. Of course, we also might get a retest if we do get what's it called, a drawdown, or excuse me, a move back to this level right here. So we could see something like this before we can go higher, although I'm very biased to think that that prices will just go higher, but that's, I know the market doesn't work like that, but in this case, with all the money printing going on, I am hesitant to think that we could get another chance to buy at around $20. But if it happens, if price falls, then I will be happy to be buying here at this this level right here. So that's the 20 the $20 level. So $20 is a very nice area to buy, but I wouldn't hold my breath to hope that we still get these prices. I think we might see some more consolidation, maybe some volatility here, and then we break out to the upside. Okay, so that's my forecast for week 39, 2020, for the currency markets and gold and silver. I hope you liked it. If you did, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and give this video a like. You can also find me on TradingView, where this video will be published as well. So go to tradingview.davetrom.com and open your free account and follow me on TradingView so you can get all my trade ideas. Okay, thanks for watching, and till the next week.